Maria here. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm excited to share with you my recommendations for the Sephora sale that is already started. So it started on November 1st and goes to the 11th for VIB Rouge members. You get 20% off. For VIB members, you get 15% off. The sale starts on the 5th, goes to the 11th. And for insiders, you get 10% off, and that starts on the 5th as well and goes to the 11th. So I wanted to share with you my recommendations from the sale, the things that maybe you should take note of, and I can't wait to get started. But before I do, if you haven't subscribed, just go ahead and hit that button. Join the Weird and Wonderful family. It would be amazing to have you part of the community, and let's get into this. So for the most part, with the VIB sale, I tend to steer away from the designer fragrances and go more for the niche, simply because the prices on some of the gray market sites like Fragrance Buy and Fragrance Net are just better. But for some of the newer fragrances, I tend to want to get them during the VIB sale. So my top recommendations are honestly Burberry Goddess and Dolce & Gabbana's Devotion. Devotion is kind of a delicious lemon, candied lemon orange blossom fragrance. I find the longevity to be amazing on it. It's sweet, it's kind of flirty, it's an easy reach fragrance, and it just smells fantastic. I love the projection and the scent bubble that it gives me. Burberry Goddess is a warm and comforting vanilla with just a hint of lavender in there. So I love that lavender. It's got some cacao and ginger in there too. So a little bit spicy, a little bit kind of just smooth, warm, cocooning feeling. The lavender makes me feel comforted. So I love those two. As far as the intense versions that have come out and that are new on the scene, released this year, Devotion Intense, I really enjoy that one. If you're more of a fan of orange, go for the intense. If you like the lemon, go for the original. I personally prefer the original, but I think that the intense is really nice with that orange kick in there. With Burberry Goddess Intense, I didn't really notice a whole lot of difference, maybe a little bit more potent. I didn't notice the lavender as much. To me, it wasn't as special. So I would still go with Burberry Goddess. A couple other fragrances that I think are very worth checking out that are new on the scene. They were more new in the summer, but I just am in love with them. The first is Viktor & Rolf's FLOWERBOMB TIGERLILY. Now, I actually really love nectar. It's got a gunpowder note in there that is fantastic. And Viktor & Rolf fragrances are really quite pricey, so getting them on sale is a great idea. I really love the nectar. I've got FLOWERBOMB Midnight. I decided I don't love it. Like, I don't really reach for it. It's still nice, but I don't reach for it very much. But FLOWERBOMB TIGERLILY is absolutely gorgeous. It's got a mango note. There's some coconut milk. There's a lily in there, and it's just a beautiful kind of solar, warm fragrance that is perfect for summer. It's a little bit sensual, but it's definitely something that you could wear as an easy reach fragrance. I just think it's gorgeous. The next one is Daisy Wild. Now, I have never been a fan of the Marc Jacobs Daisy line. None of them have done it for me. To me, they come across very generic, except for Wild. I just think it's spectacular. It's got a banana flower note that I think is absolutely just stellar. You get this slightly banana-esque vibe, but it's still slightly green. It also has jasmine and vetiver in it. I just think it's a beautiful, easy reach, easy wearing fragrance. Both TIGERLILY and Wild, although they're more kind of solar-y, I think of warm weather for them. Really, you could wear them all year round. They're just excellent, stellar fragrances that I think are great as easy reach, wear to the office fragrances. None of them are overpowering. They're just absolutely beautiful. So highly recommend those two as well. Now, I am going to leave everything that I talk about linked down below for Canadians and the US. I may do the UK as well, but likely it'll just be Canada and the US. I want you guys to know that when I leave links, so the links are always there for your convenience. I always am going to link them just because I think it's just one of the things that I do. But full disclosure, I do get a small commission from most links. If you want to help support me, support the channel, the work that I do here, when you click on that link, if you do purchase something, I do get a small commission. So again, no pressure. You don't have to use the links. But if you do, keep that in mind. It's not every link, so a lot of the niche ones I don't necessarily, but overall I get a small little commission. So other than those designer fragrances, of course, there's lots of designer fragrances out there that are beautiful, but I want to focus more on the fragrances that are specific to Sephora or that are niche, because a lot of times you're not going to find those on a good sale, and I want to give you my recommendations from them. Now, first of all, I find that the Sephora sale to be excellent for getting any discovery kits that I want, because you're going to get a discount on them. And I really enjoy exploring different fragrances. So that's usually when I pick up any discovery sets. It's definitely worth going to the Sephora site, going to the niche fragrance section, or just any of the fragrance, put in discovery set and look up the discovery set that is going to work for you or that you've been interested in. Some of my favorite are the ones from Commodity. I love the KAYALI one. The Maison Margiela one is excellent. So it just really gives you an opportunity to explore the line. ELLIS Brooklyn is another one that's excellent to explore from their discovery sets. So I'm just going to kind of go down the list of the niche ones that they do mention here and kind of give you my recommendations. The first one is the Maison Margiela line. Now, I love By the Fireplace, but I find that one to be slightly polarizing. Honestly, I think it leans a little bit masculine because of that burning firewood that's in there, but I love it. I just think it's cozy. It smells warm and delicious with that marshmallow and the vanilla in it. So I love that fragrance. It's got some chestnut and then some of that gaiac wood that gives it a bit of a burning feel. Coffee Break is a neat one. It's not really my taste. I love Lazy Sunday Morning. That one smells a lot more clean and it's not my usual MO. That said, it smells so sexy somehow. So I just imagine like a lazy Sunday morning or weekend morning where you're just kind of lounging around. Anyway, it's kind of a clean, musky, like there's a little bit of a citrus in there. I just think it's super relaxing, super sexy, but clean, and it's not my normal vibe, but I love it. The next amazing niche fragrance line that Sephora does have is KAYALI, and KAYALI has taken the world by storm. Let's face it, they have some of the most sought after fragrances that are on the market these days. My top favorite would be Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli. I love Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper. It's a rose oud combination, gorgeous. The Vanilla Royale Sugared Patchouli is a very patchouli heavy, boozy vanilla. Absolutely love it. I love Utopia Vanilla Cocoa. I just have a travel spray of that, but I absolutely love that one. I love Vanilla Candy Rock Sugar. That's kind of a sugary pear with tons of candy notes in it. And even though it's uber sweet, it's not juvenile feeling, in my opinion. But it also works really, really well as a layering fragrance. There's also Eden Juicy Apple, which I just think is a bright, delicious, effervescent apple fragrance that stays juicy and flirty and super long lasting. Honestly, all the fragrances that I've mentioned, I consider to be very long lasting, probably the longest lasting ones in their collection. Of course, there's Vanilla 28 that everyone's crazy about. It's not my favorite, but honestly, there's so many amazing fragrances in this line. It's worth checking out for sure. Now, as far as Jo Malone is concerned, of course, Ginger Biscuit is my favorite Jo Malone currently. I'm not sure that one's going to be included in the sale because it already says that it's sold out or not available at this time. I met this wonderful woman named Leah actually at the Sephora here in Edmonton. I was just going in and she was coming out. And we started chatting, and she is from Vancouver. She works in skincare. We kind of got connected, and she was kind enough to give me a 5 ml decant of Ginger Biscuit, which I haven't been able to put down, by the way. It's delicious. Thank you, Leah. But she has an awesome Instagram channel that I'll leave linked down below. So love Ginger Biscuit, not sure if it will be included, but I also love Myrrh & Tonka. I just think that that is such a spectacular fragrance. As far as Jo Malone, like the regular line, Myrrh & Tonka would be probably my number one. Absolutely adore that one. I actually find it to be quite long lasting. It's a little bit powdery, a little bit grounding. It's just absolutely stunning. I also really love Rose and Oud. but I would say Myrrh Tonka is a little bit higher. Rose and Oud is a beautiful rose oud combination, but there's so many rose oud combinations out there that are stellar that I'm not sure I would pick that one up, but Myrrh Tonka is definitely high on my list. With Nest New York, I've tried a lot of their fragrances, but none of them really, like, they're not just the most amazing fragrances. I find them to be not overly long lasting, but they're honestly nice fragrances, but none of them have really spoke to me, if that makes sense. But the Nest perfume oils are so gorgeous. I basically want all of them. So there is Madagascar Vanilla, there's Turkish Rose, Indian Jasmine, Balinese Coconut, South Pacific Sandalwood, and Seville Orange. I think that that's it. So I love the orange. I love the coconut oil. I absolutely love the sandalwood. Like, I just think that the sandalwood oil is gorgeous. The rest are nice, but for me, the coconut, the orange, and the sandalwood are definitely where it's at. They're just absolutely beautiful. The cool thing about doing a perfume oil is you can put it in with your unscented lotions. Using the oils as a layering would be a great idea. Honestly, you could use the oils, like just put a tiny bit, massage it in your hands and put it through your hair. That would be gorgeous too. All of them are absolutely beautiful. Like, you couldn't go wrong with any of them. Of course, there's Killian, which really, Killian is so amazing. Some of my favorites are Love Don't Be Shy. Just think that's a gorgeous fragrance. I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess. I really enjoy that fragrance. That one is such a gorgeous, kind of playful but sensual matcha tea fragrance. I think it's matcha tea. It's got some ginger in it. It's a little bit playful with some peach. Love that. Love Don't Be Shy, a beautiful orange blossom fragrance. Of course, many people have tried that one. You've got your Angel Share, your Apple Brandy on the Rocks. They're all beautiful and they're on sale. Honestly, one of my favorite Killian fragrances in the kind of square bottles is Black Phantom. It's kind of cardamom heavy. It smells like a smoky jazz club somehow, or a pirate. Like, I just think pirate. When I smell it, I think jazzy pirate. And it makes me happy. It's dark, it's intoxicating, it's sexy. I love it, but it's not for the faint of heart for sure. And the longevity isn't amazing on that, which is kind of shocking because it is such a strong, potent fragrance as far as the notes go. Got rum and coffee and vetiver, and oh, it's just so delicious. So super sultry, sexy, would smell amazing on a man. Like, that one is one of the best fragrances from Killian, in my opinion. For a guy, you can't go wrong with that one. One that I really have my eye on is the Fenty perfume, or the Fenty perfume body cream. Oh my goodness, I would love to have that cream and then just layer other fragrances on. But the Fenty perfume is so beautiful. Like, it's so gorgeous. I just love the blueberry note in there. It's kind of a boozy blueberry. I just love it. Now, FLOWER is a clean line from Sephora. So for those of you that really want the clean fragrances, that brand fits that category. The one that I am most excited about currently is Strawberry Letter Eau de Parfum. It's got strawberry, cassis leaf, and apple blossom in it, and I am in love with this strawberry. Now, my friend Hessie, she purchased it, so I tried it on, and she found the longevity to be like bordering on weak to moderate, so 4 or 5 hours. On me, it went to a skin scent about 4 hours, but it lasted a long time, and I just loved the sweetness of that strawberry. So that would be my number one pick. Tangerine Boy Eau de Parfum is also a gorgeous fragrance, just so juicy and vibrant. So love that one. And then Flora has also come out with some body sprays, which are a lot more affordable. So Mango Mood, Coconut Skin, Caramel Skin, and Vanilla Skin are all really amazing options. So definitely worth checking out their body spray line because they're really quite beautiful. ELLIS Brooklyn is also clean, and they have started making body mists as well. I really enjoy several of their fragrances as well. My favorite being Bee. Bee has some dark rum. It's got some honey. I believe there's some bran in there. It's primarily a vanilla fragrance. I just think it is so warm and cozy and delicious. It's one that I definitely love wearing in the fall and the winter. Yeah, it's It's one of my favorites, and I never hear people talk about it. So B is definitely amazing. Après is a really gorgeous kind of woody green fragrance that I really enjoy as well. That one is very unisex in my opinion, so it would work really well. Like I think it would be super sexy on a guy. I love Sunfruit as well. I just think it's vivacious, juicy, and flirty. Ellis Brooklyn has several discovery kits as well, so definitely worth checking those out so that you can like try all the different options. Now, one of the lines that we don't have in Canada yet, but you'd have it in the States that I am so wanting to try out is the world of Chris Collins. So again, if you're in the States, like seriously, people have talked up these fragrances and I want to try them so bad because they all smell freaking sexy. Like they sound amazing. The ones that I'm most excited to try out from that line, and again, all the ones that I'm recommending, I've actually tried. Most of them I've tried on skin. The world of Chris Collins, I haven't tried anything from them because they're not in Canada yet. But oh my goodness, I'm so excited about them. So the one that I'm really excited about is African Rooibos. It's considered an earthy, woody fragrance. It has rooibos tea accord, cardamom, and immortelle flower. I'm a huge fan of rooibos tea. I love the way it smells. And I usually get La Provence rooibos tea. I tried Earl Grey rooibos. And I just am a real major fan. And if it's paired with cardamom, like I just imagine a rooibos chai and I just get excited. So I love those fragrances like Sable Gris from Experimental Perfume Club. I have a feeling that it may smell kind of like that. I just find that elegant, understated, yet sexy. So really excited to try that one. I'm also really interested in Harlem Nights. It's supposed to be earthy and woody. It's got a rum accord, orris, and sandalwood. And lately, I'm always in love with rum, but I'm so in love with orris and sandalwood. Like I'm just really getting into that lately. So a rummy one, oh yes, I would love it. And then the other one that kind of catches my eye on the Sephora site, there's one that's not on the Sephora site and it's Lust. I'm really curious about that one, but Long Kiss Goodnight. It is warm and spicy, coffee beans, rose, and peony. And so I'm very, very curious about that one because I love coffee and rose mixed together. I just think it's gorgeous. So super, super interested in those. And I wanted to highlight him in particular because I don't know, like there's been lots of people in Canada that I've said, have you heard of the world of Chris Collins? And lots of people have never heard of that fragrance brand. So definitely interested in checking those out. There are many other fragrance brands at Sephora. So of course, like there's so much to choose from. The last niche fragrance company that I want to talk about that I'm more familiar with. Some of them I'm not as familiar with. So I've smelled them. They haven't really done anything for me. So Clean Reserve is one. I don't want to talk about them because I don't really enjoy the fragrances. But I really do enjoy Seven Virtues. It's also a clean brand. And I love her because everything is ethically sourced, which I think is so cool. But the one that I am absolutely dying for is Santal Vanille. So that fragrance is such a beautiful sandalwood vanilla combination. It's absolutely gorgeous. Of course, Vanilla Woods is extremely popular. I find that one a little bit sweet, but Santal Vanille is beautiful. I actually really like Coconut Sun as well. They don't have it anymore on here, but I loved Blackberry Lily. The Blackberry Accord in there was absolutely gorgeous. So I love that one. I wished I would have picked it up. I went on sale last year and I should have just grabbed it. But anyway, Blackberry Lily was gorgeous. But right now, the one that I'm seriously jonesing for is the Santal Vanille. The Cherry Ambition one is nice. I don't like it as much as other cherry fragrances, and it didn't last that long on me. However, lots of people have said it lasts forever. What I also like about Seven Virtues is they're actually pretty affordable fragrances. And then on top of it with the sale, can't go wrong. Now, of course, the majority of these fragrances also have travel sprays. So you can always buy a full bottle of the fragrance, but if you're like me and you have a huge collection, sometimes going with the travel spray makes a little bit more sense. And for the sale, being able to purchase, you know, a few fragrances by doing the travel sprays instead of buying just one big bottle. I know it's a better value to get the big bottle. 10 mils is plenty of a fragrance when you've got a fragrance collection that's like 100 or more. So anyway, that's something to think about too, instead of like splurging on one big bottle, buy a few travel sprays. So that is all I have for you today. What are your recommendations for the Sephora sale in regards to fragrances? Please leave them in the comments. I am excited about this sale. There's so many fragrances. Man, if I only had the moolah, I would go insane. But the one that I want the most from Sephora that is not available right now is Ginger Biscuit. I am so in love with that one. I think my top picks would be Ginger Biscuit, Myrrh and Tonka by Jo Malone, and Santal Vanille by Seven Virtues. Those are the ones that are majorly on my radar that I want the most. So what about you? What do you want the most? Are you going to take part in the sale? Are you not? Honestly, these days, I'm kind of saving my coins, so I'm not even sure I'm going to participate. But for those of you that are, I hope you have fun. And for those of you that aren't, there's nothing wrong with making a wish list and looking through and having fun with it anyway. So that is it. I hope you have an amazing week, and we'll talk to you soon.